more can I say?
Top Billin.
Man, top Billin, some news just doesn't sit well on the palate. This one right here about my man Chris Carson from the Seattle Seahawks is definitely one of those. Shit, I remember about this time last year, reacting to his workout videos.
Not about that. I love the speed in which he's working with, right? Very slow and controlled movements. I always work out like that with my clients. We work with slow and controlled movements. You're going to involve more muscle fibers that way. Can't get a whole bunch of reps out of that bad boy when you're doing that or whatever like that. So a lot of shit going on in this one right here. This is hard. So my man's on the stability ball on one foot doing a push-up on a band with a chain on. What? This is hard. Man, come on. You can see that. You can see the difficulty in that, man, by the different muscle fibers he's recruiting. I mean, his shit's shaking like a salt shaker. His shit's shaking like a scrimple. Look at that.
So it makes this potentially career-ending injury just 1 year later, or what actually happened later on or during the season. He had the surgery here, as you can see by Seattle Times staff reporter Adam Jude. Pete Carroll goes to say, our guys love this game that they grow up playing, and when they sense that there may be an end to it, it's hard, it's difficult, and it's real. And we're going to love him through it and help him as much as possible if that's the case, like we do with everybody when it comes to the end of it. It's inevitable, it's coming, but it's always too soon, so we're trying to fight that off. And it says Carson had neck surgery late last year for what Carroll described at the time was this issue that needed to be fused. Man, that's scary. Absolutely scary. I wonder if it's similar to Justin Ross. My man, you got Ross, now an NFL rookie, ended up not getting drafted. In my opinion, at one particular point in time, a few years ago, he was the best receiver in college football, equally as good as a Jamar Chase and all the Justin Jefferson and these guys. And but hey, with this fusion surgery or whatever kind of surgery he had, he actually ended up coming back and playing the game of football. But this guy's a receiver. A running back, man, that's extremely tough right there, man. You don't want to write anything off because everything is in the hands of a higher power. But you'd have to think playing around with a neck situation as a running back, no bueno on that one, man. It would be tough to even watch him. I'd be out there scared as I don't know what. Just kind of like with Alex Smith, how everybody was afraid for him with his leg. Just the fact that I know that this man has a neck issue, a potentially career-ending neck issue that could alter the rest of his life past football. I don't know. I would think that you would have to go ahead and let that go, man, call it a career. But I'm not one to tell anybody what to do with their life. That man has to deal with what he has going on. And he's such a great player. Extremely fun to watch. Couldn't wait to see this man play behind a revamped offensive line with future young studs like Charles Cross and Abe Lucas on the line. Of course, my man Gabe Jackson. And however they fill that in, whether it be upgrading the center position in the future and all that jazz, I just loved when Seattle is on that run game. Just as a neutral observer, man, I think Seattle's one of the best run outfits of the past 10, 15 years, and I love how they get after it with the style of running backs that they have. And Chris Carson is a chip off the old block. You see here in this zone action here, he's making treasure out of trash. There's really nowhere to go with this, and somehow he still makes something out of it. Check this out. Pressing the whole jump cut, and then boom. How many times have we seen him do that? That is incredible. Spataya. One more again on that. See? That is nasty. All kinds of sanitation this man is navigating right there. And then, of course, in typical Chris Carson fashion, he has to splatter whack a man and taya. Made that man regret his entire life. Check this out. My man right here, zone flow across the board. You can see him with the jump cut. You see the approaching defender right here, right? Working strong side. He's able to fill that gap, but Chris Carson, with that type of vision that he has, presses the hole. Really nothing there. It was a little bit of a small void there in the line, and look at him get skinny, right? Figuratively speaking, obviously, because that man is a mutant. But boom, comes out the back end of it. And then he has a little bit of that 0 to 60 speed right there. Doesn't have great deep speed, but man, he has enough speed to make you honest. And then he has a splatile at the end. He was even money in a lot of these gap schemes. The man is a very versatile runner, inside, outside, gap schemes, zone schemes. You'll see them pull Big Damian Lewis here. You get Brandon Shell comboing up to the second level. Same thing with Gabe Jackson right here. And you can see his ability to press the hole and then just find something. He's looking to run to daylight, and he's looking to run you over as well. Usually making the first guy miss. You see that encounter right there? Look at that. People will be like, man, that's just a few yards run, right? A few yards run my ass right there, right? That's something that should have been a loss, right? You had the ghost action going on. There's really nothing here. He's able to escape a tackle backside by just being fleet of foot. Then you see him meeting the DB in the hole right here, presses it to the outside, and of course, them quad muscles and everything slings that man off, right? Slung him like some crack. Slung that man like some crack, make him jackhammer himself and get you a few yards to keep you at least somewhat on schedule. So definitely going to miss that from Chris Carson if indeed he doesn't play. But listen, Seattle is in great hands, of course, with my man Rashaad Penny, one of the most explosive cats that there is. And, of course, that young boy they got, Ken Walker, Mr. Kenneth Walker himself there. I think that could be a good duo. And, of course, DJ Dallas and these guys, man. Hey, Seattle is a factory when it comes to running backs and when it comes to that run game. So, I wish all the best to Chris Carson. Hopefully he can continue playing his career, but definitely would like for him to not make a decision that would impact the rest of his life, right? You only have there's a finite amount of football left. You only have a few years in the sport, and you have a long life to live outside of that sport, man. And we can see that by my man Marion Barber from the Cowboys. If you guys hadn't heard about him, you got to look into that with his depth there. I had no idea he was down and out bad like he was, man. All right, and continuing and giving this man his flowers, Chris Carson, 5'11", 222 pounds, just 27 years old. Imagine that. Imagine your career possibly being over by the age of 27. Crazy, man. Born September 16th, so he's got a birthday coming up here sometime soon. We can see 2018 and 2019. That boy was on fire. He could never really play a full season of games, but, hey, man, some people just aren't built for that as far as their DNA goes. Obviously, he was built to play when he was healthy. He was the man. There's no doubt about that. Him, Rashaad Penny, if these guys are healthy, they are unfuckwittable. But more times than not, Chris Carson not healthy, and his career probably, perhaps, we always leave room for it, perhaps over with just 769 rushing attempts. Not even 1,000 attempts in his career, man. But he'll definitely be looked upon favorably when people look back at this time era or this time period here. Although it wasn't the most successful Seattle run while he was there, as far as the run game goes, man, he definitely continued on in the tradition of beast mode. And like I said before, Kenneth Walker will continue to do that however long Rashaad Penny is around. And I love what some of the other guys behind those guys bring as well. 4.6 yards per attempt for an entire career. Let's not gloss over his 107 receptions as well for 804 yards. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. Versatile in that aspect as well. All right, real quick before I get out of here, though, listen, Rashaad Penny. I know everybody wants to talk about Kenneth Walker, but Rashaad Penny, he said something to the tune of, he feels great. He's never felt like this before or something like that. Look, there it is. But I feel amazing. This is the best I've ever felt. I'm excited about this year, and I can't wait to get going. That man is hell on wheels, explosive. Him and a Ken Walker. Wish he could be with a Chris Carson. Like I said before, I saw the pictures of that neck with those screws in it, man. I don't even want to post it. That's scary to even think about. But Rashaad Penny, 6.8 yards per carry, 6.8. Probably be hard to duplicate that over a 17. Why did I say that? Strike that from the records over a 17-game stretch. But if anyone can do it, man, Rashaad Penny can. that guy, he'll take an inch and give you a mile for sure with that. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the Rashaad Penny study I did and the Kenneth Walker. They'll both be linked on here right about now at the end of this video. And with that being said, it's your boy Murph, the Underground King, a.k.a. the DMV King. Holla at your boy. Salute. If you haven't already, consider donating to the channel. They have this thanks button now. You can hit this bad boy right here. You can contribute anything you'd like, from $2 to $50. Make sure you hit that $50 thanks, no doubt about that, you Seattle fans, because you know I bring it each and every time there. You hit that buy and send, and it brings you right here. Put your credit card in or however you do your Google Pay, and we in there like swimwear, baby.
What more can I say?
Top billin'.